Thanks for joining me. My name is Lee and this is my channel Cola Flipper. I'm a part-time UK reseller. I buy bits and pieces at car boot sales and charity shops and I sell them online for a profit. Got a lot going on, so I'm going to try and bash through this haul really quickly. Got some wicked items here, so some decent profit. It is so hot at the minute. I am sweating bullets, so I have myself a cheeky little beverage to get me through, because I'm dying in it. It's pretty heavy. Anyway, before I crack on with the bits and pieces I've picked up, I've got some real bangers. I did want to say again another massive thank you to everyone who has donated. If you do not know, in July I'm going to be walking 20k and trying to raise £1,000 for the Marie Curie charity. They provide end of life support and care to basically people with terminal illnesses. So there's a lot of, it's not a cancer charity, but a lot of people who do have cancer do end up getting help from Marie Curie. So it's a really good cause. If at any point you feel that I've been able to help you either make a better decision with your reselling, or you've made a little bit of a profit on something that is based off, or if you found me entertaining in any way, it would be really great if you could donate a little bit. I'll pop the link in the description below, or go and check out some of my, I think it's 2 videos prior to this one. It's got all the details on that. So yeah, I'm walking 20k to raise money for Marie Curie. I won't go on about it anymore, but thank you so much to everyone who has already donated, and if you haven't, please consider it. Check out one of the previous videos and that will explain a little bit more about what is going on. Right, let's crack on. It's Saturday, I don't know, it's in June, it's hot, and I think it's like, yeah, it's just hot, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to crack on with stuff because I am so hot I can't cope with it at the minute. Picked these up in a charity shop this week. I can walk into town on my lunch break, and I thought I'd have a little bit of a wander, and I thought I can't be bothered to go to that last charity shop. I hit 3, found nothing of interest, and I thought it's an extra 2 minutes, walk up, and I saw these. So I'm quite good at spotting quality, and it's about learning what to spot and good materials and manufacturing techniques. And the first thing I saw is just the way that the toe is manufactured, and I thought that's got to be worth a look. And on the side it says The Good Shoe Company. That is not the brand. The brand, that is just one of the things they put on their shoes. Don't know if you'll be able to see it inside, but in there you should see an embossed G, and that's for Grenson. So I paid £20. Oh, you can see it on the bottom there, Grenson. And these are a Goodyear welted. It's a construction technique, with the way that the sole is attached to the upper. And when you see that, you instantly know, right, some money has gone into that. It's a quality item. Let's investigate. £20 on a second-hand pair of boots. You might think that's quite a lot to spend, but those boots new would have been in the region of about 325 quid, somewhere along that line. So they need a bit of a clean and a polish. They're in pretty damn good condition, so I need to spend no more than about 5 minutes on those, and I should easily be able to get over 100. I may push for a little bit more. We'll see how that goes. Another thing I picked up the other week that I did forget to mention was 2 shirts. Sorry, it is so hot. I've got them on the same hanger. One is just a normal collarless one, and one is a polo. I've just got them on the same thing. So we've got Sandro. So you can see I've got the 2 shirts there. And Sandro is Sandro Paris. Really nice quality. It's not your normal cotton. I don't know whether it's anything special, the actual materials, but let me see if I can find the label. I can't, but really nice quality shirts. I paid £2 each for those. I've got a couple of clothing bits and a couple of other random bits. Last time I did a video, I showed you a camera bag, and that was a Billingham top quality brand. Another one to keep an eye out for is Low Pro. One of the reasons I know about the camera brands and camera paraphernalia manufacturers is because for what is it, 15 years or so, I've had my day job, and I've always had a side gig, and side gig that I've had for a long time is a wedding photographer. So I'm a good photographer, but as you build up and you get more and more equipment, you tend to learn about other brands for associated things. So my big camera backpack that I carry all the lenses and cameras with normally, that is a low pro bag. So this low pro bag, I paid 10 for it. You've got all the camera inserts inside, loads of flaps and straps and pockets, and you can tell immediately that the quality is really high. Brand new, that would have been about 160 quid. I haven't done comps on that, but I would have thought I should easily be able to get 50 to 60 pounds on that, just because I know that is what I would be prepared to pay for a second hand one, and knowing what the new original cost is. So I paid a tenner for that. So yeah, 10 into 50, 60 plus easily. Right, another beer. I think it doesn't help that this side of Cola Cabana has a sun on it for a lot of the day, and I haven't insulated the roof yet. So this is effectively an oven. So yeah, apologies, but a little bit hot in here. So my normal Saturday car boot can be hit and miss. It can be either complete toot, or it can have a few little gems in it. My Sunday car boot is a very regularly good car boot. At this one, Saturday, I don't know why, it was just fantastic items. I just picked up some really good brands that I should get some really decent profit with. And if you haven't seen me before, what I do is I as a part-timer, and I live 20 odd miles from London, it's a relatively affluent area within a 15-minute drive of me, and that means that I can often find very high quality items at not ridiculous prices, at quite, well, really good prices sometimes. So rather than banging out items and trying to make a tenner profit on each, because I have the access to much higher quality items on a fairly regular basis, I buy the higher quality items, so I have to do less work to get the same profit as someone who's having to bang through everything quickly. So if it's not good, I tend to not pick it up, and I don't always take it. Well, I'll take educated guesses, and there are some educated guesses in here. And I actually saw there's a Facebook group called Happy Days Resellers, set up by John Luke, and another good reseller. If you've not seen him, he's bloody brilliant. One of the things I saw, there was a little post, someone had put, a little challenge to, go to a car boot sale and not use your phone. And I put a comment on there because I'm not saying I think it was a tongue-in-cheek sort of a challenge, but the reality is that I saw a lot of comments in there where people said, I never use my phone, you're always resellers just scanning and not knowing what's in front of them. You have to learn, you have to start somewhere, and everyone learns through experience. And whether that be buying something on a hunch and then getting home and finding out it's either worth a lot, not worth a lot, or worth what you thought, you can shortcut that by being at a car boot sale. If you think you've got an inkling about something, go and check your phone, go and check the eBay, and go and see what they've sold for. Go and filter it for solds, lock it down so you can always check for solds. You put it for UK used, and then you can get a rough guide of, okay, this is worth 30 quid. I don't know if I really want to spend more than a fiver on it. You can make a better decision because you've got access to information. Then, as you build up your skills, you will be less reliant on your phone. So, there are days when I won't use my phone at all because I've built up enough knowledge to make the decisions without having to check. But there are times when I think, I'm not quite sure. But what I don't want to do is fill my house with cheap crap that is not going to make profit, and then I'm going to have to end up re-donating it because I haven't got time. So why would I make a guess when I can actually go and check? This is one of the few things where it's not like gambling. Gambling, you're guessing on what could happen. With reselling, you have literally data at your fingertips where you can check, what has this genuinely sold for? Right, I know it's going to sell for 30 quid. I'll pay a fiver for that. I know it's going to sell for 100 quid. I can afford to spend a bit more. This is going to sell for a tenner. not really worth my time. You can make that decision because you've got that information. As you build up your knowledge, you will be less reliant on your phone. But if you need the help, you need that little confidence boost before you make a decision, use your phone. Don't be too proud. If you're worried about doing it in front of the seller, have a little look, put it down, walk off, have a look in your phone, go and check it. You need to then make that decision before you do that of, if I put that down, will someone else buy it? That's something you need to do. But you can walk away and you can have a look and you think, you know what, that's not worth my time. Leave it. But you've got the power at your fingertips to make that decision, and it shortcuts the learning process. You can learn more in 3 months of reselling by checking your phone as you're doing stuff than you can in 3 years of just pot luck. So yes, it's useful to have the phone. Don't be fully reliant on it. As you build up your experience, you'll use it less. Anyway, right, that's lesson of the day. Let's crack on. Jumper that was covered in fluff. There we go. Nice little Versace jeans brown jumper. I think it's bloody ugly, but I don't care. That will sell. Right, another cracking brand. I don't know if you can see that. Givenchy. So, got the original Givenchy case, glasses, cloth, and then these bad boys. Not really my style. More my 13-year-old style, but quality. How do I know they're real? You can. It's a combination of it, again, experience and knowing what to look for. You've got all the little codes on the inside. I didn't research them, but the feel of it. The quality sunglasses are made of acetate, where a lot of copies are made of cheap plastic, and there's just a difference to the feel and the weight. If you're not sure about sunglasses, go into your local town, go to one of the sunglasses places. The sunglasses are there, pick them up, have a look at the inside, feel the weight. You'll get an idea. I paid 10 for those. I would have thought I should be able to get in a region of 40 to 50. This was empty. Got another one. This is a Versace case, and again it's got the logoed, I don't know if I can get that open now. You're not going to be able to see it because it's black on black. But you've got empty case, paid £1 for it. So someone, sorry for the noise for the clapper, someone somewhere is going to want that. So I will do okay for £1. Even if I get, I don't usually go for the lower priced items or low profit items. That is a couple of photos back and front, and it's a few moments to list. So I will do it if it's something very, very easy. Right, next item. I've got a couple of bangers there. So this, I think, was my first buy of the day. Christ on a bike. Right, here we go. So, got a skirt, quite a nice pattern. Things that I liked about it: Marge, but also it's still got the dry cleaning tag on it, so I know it's been cleaned before I've got it, because no one's going to walk about wearing that with the dry cleaning details in there. So I know that's clean, and I don't. If it's dry clean, I don't need to deal with that myself. But yeah, I think that is lovely. So I paid £5 for those. Lady wouldn't budge on the price. That is absolutely fine. So that was my first buy of the day. I'm doing this all out of order. I'm just picking it out from the bag as it is because I am pushed for time. What have we got? So I think the next thing I saw was picked up. What did I get here? I saw this and it just felt nice immediately, and it's a silk and was it viscose? Silk and viscose mix. It just felt nice and it looked nice. I don't know if you can see too well there with the light in, but it's kind of like a snake print effect, but it's not print, it's textured. And this is by Rebecca Taylor. Do I know who Rebecca Taylor is? Hell no. The reason I picked that up is it was right next to a linen Marc Jacobs Grandad shirt, or shirt with a Grandad collar. little bit tatty around the edges, but Marc Jacobs linen. I'm thinking, right, that's good. And there was a John Galliano kids blazer, which was a little bit too highly priced for me. So I'm looking at these thinking, okay, these are all genuine, and this one just stood out, and I thought, you know, if it's the price is right, I'll take a punt. I asked how much they were, and the bloke said £2 each. Bargain. These new, very strange website, because I didn't really, it seems that you can't actually see anything on the website at the moment until the new season's released. It does appear that the blouses start at around £100 upwards, so they seem to resell for anywhere between sort of 35 and 50-ish quid. I haven't checked the Marc Jacobs one, but it's summer coming up. No, it is summer now, and you know, a Marc Jacobs linen shirt, that should go quite easily. £2, it can't go wrong. As I was buying a few of the bits, the guy said, look, I'm still sorting a few bits out. I have got some more designer gear in the car. If you pop back in 15 minutes, I'll get some more out. So, okay, fantastic, great. So I went round, came back, and I'll show you that bit in a moment. Whilst I was pouncing around the rest of the car boot looking for bits and pieces, I got a little bundle together, and first thing I saw, another lady's stall, orange bag. Now, you're not going to be able to see this, but right at the top there, or you may be able to see it, that says Aspinall of London, I think. Yes, Aspinall of London. Unused little pouch, or I don't know, it's a bit small to be a clutch, but very, very small, nice leather bag. Aspinall and Smithson make some beautiful leather pieces, so I've always got an eye out for Smithson stuff, and an eye out for Aspinall, and this is lovely and unused. So put my hand on that while I had a look round. What I didn't see, ridiculously, this is the first thing I saw because it was orange. There was, I think, maybe two purses behind it, so you got that sitting near the front, and then this at the back. Bring this a little bit closer. Hello. Unfortunately, it was empty. So I say empty, it's probably a wallet in here at some point. So there's a little pouch for the wallet, and then you've got the little gift receipts and envelope bits. Nothing in there, but yeah, that is genuine. And then next to it, I thought this was quite nice looking, and that is Yves Saint Laurent card wallet, and that is, yeah, nice monogram card wallet, and you've got inside, it says Saint Laurent Paris. Don't know if you're going to be able to focus on that, it's pretty dark, but yeah, I like that. That's nice and subtle and classy. I can't remember what she wanted for each item individually. I think she might have wanted 8 for that, a few pounds for that, 20 something for that, and we settled on 25 for everything in the end. The box on its own will go for somewhere between 10 and 16 pounds, so that's great considering it's an empty cardboard box. I haven't looked at the Aspinall pouch yet, what that will go for, but I'll try and remember and stick a price up there. But Aspinall's, it's expensive stuff, so I would have expected that to probably cost 80 to 100 new anyway, probably more, we'll see. Not quite sure what they go for, but that's great. And I should be able to get maybe 60 to 80 quid for the little card wallet, but I have to be honest, I'm sorely tempted to keep that for myself because it's quite subtle, it's not in your face, but it's classy, and it feels lovely. So yeah, tempted, but I quite like money as well, and I've got a wallet, so yeah, we shall see. Right, a couple more items. Another drink. Right, what else did I go? So, yes, I remember. So I went back to the had a bit of a mooch around, didn't find anything else, went back to the store where the guy sold me some bits and said he'd got some more, and he said, oh no, to be honest, I saw you were coming back, so I held it for you. You can have, I'll stick it in the boot of the car. You can look at it in the boot of the car. Anything you don't want, stick to the side, and I'll then put it on the stall. So I basically got first dibs, and this is the guy that I'd already got some really quality gear from. So I think only one. It's not a fail, but I took an educated guess on a few pieces. But I shall go through these and explain. So, oh god, I've got so many bits here. So, he did have a few of these. There's Prada. That's a nice Prada shirt. Feels quite silky actually. But I haven't looked at the. I mean, the label is in tatters, so I couldn't tell you the composition, but it feels silky. So. It feels like either a very, very high quality cotton or there's going to be some silk content in there. One of the things I did make sure of is this has got some lovely little mother of pearl buttons on there, but he had two other Prada shirts, so 3 in total, and the buttons were knackered. They were, it feels like they'd been through the wash so many times. Well, you can see from that label they must have been through the wash, but the edges of the buttons were all chipped up, and I thought because they've got an open placard where you can actually see the button through when it's done up, made them look tatty. So even though it was a nice Prada shirt, the fact that it was tatty around the edges of that I thought would dissuade people from buying them. So I made a decision to leave those, and I got the one where the buttons were in good nick still. So again, whilst this doesn't have for example a label so I could check the main sort of wash label, there are a few things which made me happy that this is genuine. So looking at the quality of the stitching and the detail on the Prada actual label there, the fact that you've got quality buttons, and then on the inside, this isn't a guarantee of quality, but the inside seam up the side is, see that it's very neat on the inside as well as the outside. A cheap knockoff would typically have something called an overlocker stitch, which basically looks rough and you can see the stitching, whereas this is a French seam, so it looks neat on the inside and the outside, and that is just a higher quality manufacturing technique. But if you're banging out copies and fakes, you're going to use a shrewd person would do the proper way, but if you're banging out stuff quickly, you don't care about that sort of stuff. So it doesn't, just because something's got a French seam doesn't mean it's genuine and high quality, but it suggests more care has been taken with that particular item, which suggests it's a higher quality. So when you're out in the field, you're never always going to know what is a genuine item, but it makes sense to try and learn those key indicators of what a quality item is. I've mentioned before about doing your research. Go into a posh shop, go into somewhere like Selfridges or a Flannels, go around, look at the posh brands, look at how the labels look, feel them, and then look at the insides and see how it's all put together and made. So the construction techniques, all that sort of stuff, and that will give you a better idea in future when you're out and about in the middle of a field. Does that feel right? Does it look right? How are the buttons put on? How is the stitching done? And it all makes a difference as to you making a good decision at the right time. So next thing I picked up was this. This is by Sunspell. This is a long sleeve polo. I picked up a couple of Sunspells for myself a little while ago in a charity shop. So what did he? I think he's basically charging me £2 a piece, which is amazing. And he said he's a regular there. But he normally does the Sunday, and I'm normally at a different one on the Sunday, so I might have to go back on Sundays and see him. Probably should have got his details actually, to be fair. So Sunspell, absolute quality brand. A short sleeve polo is over £100 new. I think it's like 125. The long sleeve ones I think are 145 or 165. Beautiful cotton. It's very, very fine. And I don't know if we've got any details in it, but I can't find that. But yeah, really, really good quality shirt. Feels nice. One of the things that I always check when I've got picking up anything that's a white shirt, check your armpits for staining. BO spray can often stain a shirt, and if it's stained, it makes it more difficult for me to make look as good as it can. I ain't got time for that. So if it's stained it's just not worth my time. So whenever I get a white shirt, I'm always at the car boot. I will be holding it up to the light, check the pits, check the cuffs, check for stains around the neck where someone might have dropped something. That was fine, but I did leave behind, can't remember off the top of my head, but there were a couple of absolute bangers there, but I left them because there were a few stains, and I just haven't got time to try and work through. I get enough good quality stuff without stains to not need to pick up stuff and see if I can get the stains out, if that makes sense. So that was a banger. So a Sunspell shirt, even just a plain sort of crew neck t-shirt, this sort of t-shirt, 25 to 30 quid you can sell them for. I just realised I've got the sun across my face. And one with a polo, you're probably looking closer at 35 to 40, long sleeve maybe a little bit more. This one, got myself a nice Hugo Boss zip up cardi. So nothing fancy, but at £2 you can't go wrong. And then I took, you know how I said I took a couple of gambles. So the vast majority of the stuff on this guy's stall was high quality items, and they were mixed in with sort of your bog standard high street brands, your Zara's and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it was the Zara stuff he was selling off at £1. This sort of stuff he was selling at £2 to £3. So very, very happy with that. And there were the odd one where, again, I'd made I didn't know the brand, but I didn't want to walk off and go and check on my phone. So I made an educated decision that I paid so little for the other items. If I made a few fails, doesn't matter. Let's chalk it up as a loss. It's not a drama. So this one, the reason I bought this shirt is that it had the dry cleaning label in it. Why would you get a shirt dry cleaned if it wasn't expensive? That's my thoughts. So this one is, the label is in upside down, weirdly. So the shirt's up right here. I don't know if you can fold that up to be able to see it. I can't remember, I can't see it. Anyway, so it says it's selected HOM, identity, slim fit. Now, I just went on the basis of, it feels like a quality shirt. It's got quality manufacturing techniques, got the big labels, with all the higher quality items tend to have a lot more labels on the inside. Again, it's got the French seams. Let me check, is this the one with the good? And then buttons, don't know if you can see that. Instead of having, you've got 4 holes, you can have the stitching where it just goes in, out, in, out. This one, it's a cross. And a cross is much harder. It takes longer to do, therefore only higher quality items tend to have them. It's not to say that if it's got the stitching going in and out like that into the buttonhole is poor quality, but ones that have a cross with the stitching tends to be a higher quality item. So I looked at everything, my indicators were, I've been buying some good stuff. This had the dry cleaning label in it. It had French seams, and it had the crisscross for the way the buttons were on. And I thought, if it's £2 or less, I'll have that. Now I've had a look at it. I've been on their website since, and it looks like these shirts are about £50, near 45 to 50 quid, which is great. It's absolutely fine. It's a quality shirt, but not everyone will go out and justify spending 45, 50 quid on a shirt. But that also means that if I'm picking up £100 shirts, that I'll sell on for a decent profit. When I'm picking up a £50 shirt, it's going to be less. So I haven't checked the comps on it. Probably not going to be as high as I'd like, but it was worth the gamble. One more item, and I think we are done. Right. Similar rationale for this shirt. So this is a sort of an extra large type short sleeve sweatshirt. Again, check for stains, marks, etc. There is a little bit of wear to it. It's a little bit of bobbling, but I can, debobbler. If you need a debobbler, go and check out my links for the Amazon link, whatever. I recommend the Philips one, quality. Don't get the cheap ones. The quality ones do a better job, faster. Anyway, so I've got to do a little bit of debobbling on this. Reasons I got this were everything else again was quality. A lot of the items are quality. This one, when I'm looking at sweatshirts, I typically, if it's not made with a French terry inner, if it has got a French terry in it, that gives me more confidence that's a higher quality item, because cheaper manufacturing techniques don't have French terry. So think of like a terry towel. So the inside, you can see these little loops, and those little loops, that is known as French terry. So I'd never heard of this brand, but my gut instinct was, at worst, I'll wear it in the gym or something if it's not worth a lot. I thought everything being roughly £2 each, worth a punt. This is a company called Real Artistic People. I took a punt. I did not know anything about this brand, but at £2 I can afford to screw up. It's not the end of the world. Was there anything else that made me think this was good? Let me just see if there was a big label in it. No, bog standard sort of label inside, and I thought, well, you know what, I'll take a punt. Never heard of them. Went on the website when I got home, Real Artistic People, or RAP. They charged like 70 quid for a baseball cap. £70 for a baseball cap. Their hoodies and full size like long sleeve sweatshirts seem to go for around the £200 upwards. So I couldn't find any short sleeve ones on their website, but my gut instinct is if the long sleeve ones are £200 upwards, then a short sleeve one probably going to be 150 quid. So I've had a look on eBay for solds. I couldn't find any short sleeve ones at the moment. However, my gut instinct is that if it's 150 odd new, I should be able to get somewhere between 30 and 50 for it. Even if I get £30 for it, £2 into 30, winning all day long. So I think that was it. I'll wind up now. Moral of the story is, don't buy crap when you don't need to, unless you're really needing to churn stuff through to keep cash flow coming in. For me, for a part-timer, let's say, it makes sense to try and do fewer items but higher profit items. If I was full-time, I couldn't do that. I would probably have to have a combination of higher end items, higher profit items that would sell through slower, but then I'd have to have my bread and butter, which would churn and give me the cash flow to go out and buy more items. So figure it out however it works for your particular circumstances. Other than that, feel free to use your phone at a car boot sale. Don't let your pride get in your way of making a good decision. If you need to go and take some time to think about it, go take away, walk about, have a look. If the item's gone, the item's gone when you come back. You need to make that decision before you go, but also you don't want to just buy everything and anything, because all of a sudden your house will be full of shite, which then you need to get rid of, and it's just wasted time and wasted money. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money. And lastly, as I said, if you haven't donated already, it would be wonderful if you would consider donating. If I've helped you at any point in the past, that'd be grand. So I think it's 2 videos ago is all the main details on it. Otherwise, if you go into the description, there'll be the link to the Just Giving link. And yeah, so for example, I think it was, I can't remember the examples, but there's all examples on the links about what, you know, £10 will do, what £20 will do. So anything you are able to do, that would be absolutely wonderful. And thank you so much to anyone who has already donated. I will do little vlog videos of it, and I'll put something up as well. So thank you so much. Love it to see you all. Take care. Bye bye.